The Lord is thy shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh I like down in the green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water. Them him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I into the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea, though I rasta, I go walk through the valley of the shadow of death. I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Uno prepareth a table before I in the presence of my enemy. Them uno anointed I head with no oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy I go follow I all the days of I life. Me I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Jah kadema way. How ma uso bodisa? I don't know what to. It was sick player 4. How what you mo eh? Oh you all done. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. Now here we don't criticize, but if we must, it would only be on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. Again, here we are not neutral, never claim to be. We have taken sides, the side of the truth. That is why we keep saying we are the headquarters of the truth. This is the channel of truth. We stand only by and with the truth. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, and here we speak truth to power. And my name, Black Rasta. Now in every traditional African home there is a black pot, and each time this black pot sits on the fire there is something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes and sizes, aromas and even flavors. Put aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot, where they are subjected to some really good amount of heating. At the end of the day they produce sumptuous food in all its palatability for the nourishment of the whole family in all its entirety. This is what we do here. Literally, we pick up ideas from all walks of life, all and sundry, and we subject this to some forensic scrutiny. Right after that, we tease out the creme de la creme of all these wonderful ideas and use that for the development of our people, our continent, our land. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, and here we speak truth to power. We are live on Facebook. We are also live on YouTube. And I want to say thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you and we love you. Today we have something really heavy coming your way, and I need you to be part of this broadcast. Please do me a favor. We started late. My apologies. My brother, my sister, remember to share this broadcast. Remember also, oh yes, to introduce us and recommend us to family and friends. This is the headquarters of the truth. Please, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, it's time to do that now. It's time to be able to tell the truth in your own way. Just recommend us to family and friends. Subscribe to the channel, hit on the notification button so that anytime we are on, you would be reminded to watch us. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, and here we speak truth to power. Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. Maybe you have a really powerful story you want us to follow up on. I am most excited to be part of this journey. This is the headquarters of the truth. Several years of experience, several years of standing with the truth. My brother, my sister, it doesn't look like we are going to part ways with the truth anytime soon. This is your channel of truth, and I'm most excited to be with you. Please, one more time, if you have not as yet subscribed to this channel, please do me a favor. Hit on the notification button after you have subscribed, so that anytime we are on, you will be reminded to watch us. We are called Black Empire Media, and we are the headquarters of truth. Yes, I'm most excited to be with you. Please, one more time, do me the favor. Yes, the honest. Share this broadcast as we start. Today we have 3 very important stories to share with you, and we'll go straight into action. Story number 1. Watch this. Reverend KORANKYE ANKRAH attacks Black Rasta over $1 million American gift marriage. Now, All over Ghana, people are talking about a Sunday church message that Reverend Sam KORANKYE ANKRAH delivered. And many people believe that he said that in response to a story that we brought out just last week about his daughter Nadromo's marriage, which ended in less than 1 year. My brother, my sister, I have seen the tape, and we're going to be listening to the tape, and we'll be able to tell exactly if the man of God really was coming to attack Black Rasta or he was just preaching. My brother, my sister, this is a very powerful man of God. Come along. Now, this is Reverend Sam KORANKYE ANKRAH. He was born on the 23rd of February in 1960. In fact, his father was J.O. ANKRAH. He was a polygamist. He had 24 children. His mother, Victoria, was one of the several wives of J.O. ANKRAH. And Reverend Sam KORANKYE ANKRAH, my brother, my sister, was the 22nd child out of the 24 children born to his father, J.O. ANKRAH. His mother was simply called Victoria Zida. He's always loved his mother and loved his father. My brother, my sister, he went to school at Accra High. From Accra High, he went to St. John's Grammar School. And then he made it to the University of Ghana, where he started the Showers of Blessing International Ministries. Prayer, fasting, preaching, and all that. People loved him. After university, he found his way straight into the Netherlands. And in 1991, he heard the voice of God calling him and telling him, hey, why have you left my people, my sheep, and you have run away to the white man's land? Return to Ghana and take care of my sheep. Quickly, he told his wife, Mama Rita, to start some services, 9 services, day services. And when he arrived, that was the beginning of the Royal House Chapel International. He has several branches across Accra and beyond. He's a very wealthy man of God. In 2011, the Ghana Nation platform considered him one of the wealthiest pastors in the whole of Africa and beyond. And when he came out in response to this, he didn't deny it. He said, yes, it is true. The work they do, they have a lot of blessings, and some of the blessings come in the form of hard cash. He's a wealthy man of God. Ghana Nation also said that he has a very plush mansion sitting at Sakaman. I have driven in front of that house several times. It's a very beautiful house. In fact, it is nice. It is good. This is Reverend Sam KORANKYE ANKRAH, born into a very polygamous home of 24 children, and him being the 22nd. But he rose. Right from when he returned from the Netherlands, he went straight into action. What action did he go into? The church. And his church started to blow up and become big. Come here. When he preaches with enthusiasm and passion. In fact, I have listened to him and watched him on GTV every Sunday in the past. And every time, he encouraged me to lead a very good life. I give him a lot of credit. I truly love this man of God. Trust me. Then on the 10th of July, 2021, his beautiful daughter, Nadromo, who is the third of his 4 children. My brother, my sister, he has 4 children. Nana Akosua. Then he has Papa. Then he has Nadromo as the third, this beautiful woman here. And the last one is called Mawena. He has an adopted child who is simply called Sister amongst friends who know her. He is a philanthropist. He likes to do a lot of things for the society. This is Najomo. She got married on the 10th of July 2021 to a very handsome, wealthy businessman based in the UK. And at the marriage, there was a $1 million check that was presented to Najomo and probably to her husband by Reverend Sam KORANKYE ANKRAH, aka the Apostle General. Many clapped, many wondered, oh, is he that wealthy? 101 million American dollars. Then GRA came after him, and he quickly wrote back and told them, you know what? That check was not a real check. It was a faked check. I gave it to my daughter so that my prayers would turn that check into reality. Everyone hoped and believed that this was going to be a very successful marriage. But the marriage fell apart. And we told you the whole story. I don't want to sound like a tape on repeat or a broken record. So the marriage ended in March 2022. And we told the story. But Reverend didn't seem to be happy about it. And on Sunday, we were on his chopping board. Allegedly. What did my own very good Reverend minister say on Sunday? Only yesterday in church. Watch this.
To be having challenges in your marriage is not a child's play. It can be emotionally draining. It can be spiritually exacting. And it can take a toll on your life, your health, and everything. There are people who have gone through depression. It's unfair. It is insensitive to come and rejoice in the open what somebody is going through in the secret place. I bless God for my daughter, Nadromo. Nadromo, we love you. The clap offering here shows that the nation of Royal House Chapel is standing with you. Nadromo, I want to let you know that you have our emotional support, you have our spiritual backing, and you have our love. And I salute you for your boldness and your courage and also your humility. Because we know it's not easy, and you were going through all these challenges, and yet you were able to organize Help Mommy, to organize Royal Ladies at 30. No, it was not easy for her from that time, but she has been strong, and we are thankful and we are grateful. I just want the world to learn that somebody's private marriage challenges, you don't come and wash it in the public to further hurt the person. I mean, what would you gain? What would you gain? What would you gain? Please, let's stop this. Let's stop this. Let's stop this. Let's stop this. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your support. Thank you.
Reverend Sam KORANKYE ANKRAH, with all love and respect, we love you. He was born in 1960, 14 years earlier than me. He could never have been my father, because 14 years is a little too early to bear a child. But these days, 14-year-olds do. So he could pass, yes, as my father in this Gen Z period. Even if it's not my biological father, he could still pass for my spiritual father. But Reverend, let me tell you something. Reverend, the position you have in Christendom in this country is huge. If you go out there and stand and pee in a gutter at Pamprom, where your church is, it will be news all over the place. You are not an ordinary man. You have the oil of God on you that separates you and puts you apart from many. 10 million people could come and urinate in the gutter. It will not be news. But when you do that, it will be news. So anything that revolves around you is news. That is what we have to remember and know. When your daughter was getting married, you drew the whole attention of the world to the marriage. It was super announced. You did not expect that the cameras were going to be quiet and blind to whatever happened. Again, you presented a $1 million check as a gift. And in your own words, it was a faith check. It brought so much attention. Even BBC was interested in it. So I am shocked when Reverend says somebody's private. How private was the wedding? It was huge. Everybody was asked to attend. And with your name as the pivot of the whole marriage, everyone was interested in what it would be. Again, Reverend Sam KORANKYE ANKRAH and his wife, Mama Rita KORANKYE ANKRAH, are marriage counselors. And in this Sunday sermon, he made it clear that he and his wife are the best marriage counselors, if not one of the best in the world. So, if the best marriage counselors are counseling people to go for marriage, and the marriages are breaking down within 8 months, we are interested to know what really happened. Am I correct? Again, Reverend Sam KORANKYE ANKRAH, we are not rejoicing over a failed marriage, but we are doing a post-mortem into a failed marriage. Come with me. Watch this. Now, my brother, $1 million check, American dollars. As I said, this is not pekle at home. It's big money. And this was 2021. I don't know how the church members felt about the $1 million. Those who pay tithe to the church, they give offering to the church, 20 cedis, 5 cedis, 2 cedis, hoping that they will have blessings from the Almighty. The pastor who is asking them to bring money so that they will fix a certain broken window, fix a certain glass, has presented $1 million to his daughter for the marriage. And he didn't even do it quietly. He gave it out because he's wealthy. I don't know how many church members would wholeheartedly and willingly come out next time you ask them to bring their hard-earned 2 pesos, 5 pesos, and 20 pesos to build the church. It looks like you have it all. Go ahead and build the church. They will come and worship. I do understand that a lot of people give out because they want their personal blessing, but they also want to see the pastor as a role model. Correct? My brother, my sister, Najomo's marriage failed, but it doesn't mean it's the end of life. We are only trying to find out why. Why are we interested in it? Because BBC was also interested in it. Because there was a $1 million American check that was given, that GRA was even interested in the name of the taxes of Ghana. Why wouldn't I be interested? And if I have a young sister who was marriage counseling and is running to Reverend Sam KORANKYE ANKRAH and Mama Rita KORANKYE ANKRAH as the best, as he claims, marriage counselors, I should be able to find out whether the marriage counseling didn't go well, or the couples just had their own differences, or what really went wrong. That is what we call post-mortem. It is not rejoicing over anybody's failed marriage. No. What are we going to gain? Rejoicing over what? But it was a happy moment. We gave out $1 million American as a faith check, as we were told. But when the marriage fizzled out, everywhere was quiet. Nobody wanted to hear it. Quiet everywhere. No, we should also be able to talk about how it failed. Now, Reverend KORANKYE ANKRAH talked about somebody going into depression. Yes, depression is real. But this is where the story gets sweeter. Come here. Watch this. Now, let's put Reverend Sam KORANKYE ANKRAH away. Let's put Counselor Mama Rita KORANKYE ANKRAH aside and look at other issues. We said that somebody in the national security played a pivotal role, allegedly, in the destruction of the marriage. And we told you that we were going to hide the identity of this guy until December 1, when we get the news and come back with part 2. Did we not say that? We made it clear. Somebody right there inside the national security, and I feel like revealing it now. In fact, many people spoke to me and said, Black Rasta, whatever, I don't want to go into details, into some of the conversations that I had. My brother, my sister, the guy from the national security, who is he? What role did this guy play in the destruction of the marriage? And I said it's nasty. So if Reverend Sam KORANKYE ANKRAH keeps coming out to make a mockery of us and say we are rejoicing over a failed marriage, we won't listen to whoever is talking to us, and we shall go full length and go on with the story. Listen, I hear one or two people also ask, but this is somebody's private thing. What is private? Private is what? This is a public interest story. It was given all the pomp and pageantry to attract the attention of the public, and you still call this private? You know what private is? The wedding that I had, 6 people were there. Achomo and Kose and Coco. They drank and we went away. 6. That's a private wedding. To even make it more private, just walk with you and your wife and 2 witnesses and go and sign. But where you come out in pomp and pageantry in the church, inviting all and sundry, and presenting a $1 million check, American dollars, not Jamaican dollars. You certainly are throwing bananas around and shouting at monkeys not to come. My brother, my sister, we won't get anything rejoicing over a failed marriage. But we have information that is important for the nation. Was it truly a faith check? Should the GRA care? You gave up a check. You didn't say it was a faith check. We are sending you our bill. Give us whatever percentage it is of the faith, so-called faith check. Give us our taxes. There's too much fakeness in our country. A musician sells 2 records. He says he has sold 2 million records. And when GRA comes in for taxes, it was a hype. So there's hype over talent in our music industry. A musician is like a church cockroach. He's not even big enough to become a church mouse. He has nothing. Yet, on Facebook, he's standing by the latest Ferrari, whether it is AI or photoshopped, and he says, I just got this yesterday. Meanwhile, he doesn't know where his next meal is coming from once he moves off social media. The fakeness is too much. If a man of God comes out to say, I've given you 1 million, please give us the taxes for the 1 million. Also tell us how you made the 1 million. It's simple, isn't it? So attention was attracted to the whole wedding. You cannot kill a snake and say he shouldn't shake his body. This is a Hausa proverb. My brother, my sister, you should stop crying foul when you bath yourself in perfume and go to the beehive and bees started jumping around you. That was the attention we had for this marriage. So the marriage went on. I personally was interested in the marriage. Then I heard that the marriage collapsed. Oh, really? Oh, I'm sad that it collapsed. But please, can we do a post-mortem? Was it that the best counselors in Christendom, in Ghana and beyond, failed in their counseling? What was it? Then I got to discover so many issues and a can of worms. And I feel like opening the can of worms right now. My brother, my sister, let us not throw accusations at people. Oh, they are rejoicing. They are happy. Somebody's going through depression and they are there jubilating. No. Who is jubilating? Nobody is jubilating. We want to learn lessons. We want to find out what happened. And it looks like it's so deep. Somebody at the national security was part of this, and the evidence is crazy. You see, when they tease me like this and I start to fly evidence like Rashida and the rest, then they run and try to find Jantua. They try to bring people around and say, oh, Black Rasta, cool down small. I ain't cooling down. The truth is the truth. Nobody is bigger than Ghana. If you dare me and tell me that, oh, he's lying, I'm glad that Reverend Sam KORANKYE ANKRAH didn't say the story was a lie. He agreed with us that the marriage collapsed, first and foremost. And that was what we claimed to establish. Please, a lot of people have whispered things into my ears, and other things, honestly, is in the service of Ghana. And those people all understand it's all in the service of God and country. Reverend KORANKYE ANKRAH will never cease to be my pastor. I love him. Na dromo or no na dromo marriage. $1 million American marriage gift or no $1 million American marriage gift. He is still my pastor. In the interim, December 1 is getting close. And more evidence is even coming. Hey, Ghanaians know too much. I am bombarded with photographs. So much. Last night when I was looking at the evidence and what I was seeing, I said, hey, so Ghanaians, it looks like they don't have anything to do but to just watch what is happening in the nation. I am happy about that. Selflessly, check what is happening in the nation and let us deal with this. This is important. We need our tax from the $1 million American faith check. 2, the best marriage counselors, as he said in that Sunday preaching. What went wrong? Me, famous as I am, if my daughter gets married, the whole world is going to come here, including Barack Obama. If something happens, it's going to go out. I won't cry. I won't say, oh, why are they jubilating over something that went bad? It's part of the thing. We call it the hazards of the job. That's what it is. Any which way, December 1 is coming. And by the Spirit of God, we've made a promise to Nadromo that on December 1, when we speak to her, we shall fly. If we don't speak with her, we shall fly. Whatever it will be, there will be a swallow. Whether it's Jonah that's going to swallow the fish, or the fish is going to swallow Jonah. Whether the fish was bonsu or apatre or bonsu or tilapia, there was a fish and there was a swallow. It's the black pot, aka kokoshonamo. And here we speak truth to power. When we return, we got more. Hey ya! Hey yo! Woyo!
Blackpot. Kokushonama.
It's the black pot, aka kokoshonamo. And here we speak truth to power. Now here we don't criticize, but if we must, it would only be on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. This is the headquarters of the truth, kokoshonamo. And I'm most excited that you are here. All right? Please, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, do me a favor. Subscribe. Just take 1 second, tap and subscribe. And then hit on the notification button so that anytime we are on, you would be reminded to watch us. All right? This is the headquarters of the truth. And I'm right here with you. Story number 2. Watch this, my youth. Brutal Manasseh Azure parts ways with OSP. Come here. Manasseh Awile Azure comes all the way from Bongo. Correct pronunciation, Bongo. He's a renowned, accomplished, celebrated investigative journalist. He's so respected in Ghana. You know why? Because, my brother, my sister, he has investigated a lot of issues that changed the face of this nation. I give him that credit. We all remember robbing the assemblies that ended up removing Zoom Lion from a certain bloody contract that sucked the blood of the Ghanaian sufferer. Manasseh Awile Azure is one man I can lay my head down on the chopping board for and say, no, Manasseh won't take this bribe. If my father was alive, I would ask him if he ever went around Bongo there. Sometimes I believe that me and this guy have the same DNA. Maybe we should go for a DNA check. I love him. On a more serious note, my brother, I saw Manasseh when I was with multimedia working with Hits and he was working with Joy FM Online. How he was riding a certain scooter. Fuel to even put in there was a problem. And then he was investigating a certain story. They wanted to give him a big car to just pull the brakes. And I remember he came to the newsroom and out of a joke, it came out. And many were quiet. I believe that those who were quiet were mesmerized. And some would have said in their hearts, ah, my brother, you are suffering. You are the son of a watchman. Go and get that car and stop the nonsense. Manasseh didn't take it. I've told this story over and over. My brother, my sister, not to make the story so long, Manasseh investigated the SML issue, Strategic Mobilization Limited contract. According to what Manasseh saw, they were just an outfit that was brought on to take money from Ghana with no work done. For no work done, absolutely. How was it? Some of them were working with GRA. And all of a sudden, they started parting ways with GRA to form and be part of this SML. Then they were able to siphon whatever was supposed to be done by the GRA money-wise into the SML. Every liter of fuel that was bought in this country, they had something to take. Work that was supposed to be done and done by the GRA, they lied that they did the work according to Manasseh's thing. And Manasseh sent it to the doors of the special prosecutor and told the special prosecutor, this is what I have realized. Special prosecutor went into it. They became friends with Manasseh. For some time now, many people have thought that Manasseh is in bed with the office of the special prosecutor. My brother, my sister, when so many Ghanaians are clamoring for the removal of the special prosecutor Kissie Jabeng, Manasseh seems to be trusting of the office of the special prosecutor, hoping that things would happen, at least with the SML thing. But today, come here. Today, Manasseh opened fire from all cylinders into the office of the special prosecutor. What did Manasseh say? Hey, he said things that shocked everybody. Watch this. The OSP has not put Ken Ofori-Atta and Ernest Okori on stop list. Critics say the office of the special prosecutor slept on the job and allowed Ken Ofori-Atta to leave the country before he was declared wanted. Now, apart from Ken Ofori-Atta, another accused person in the SML scandal, who is also at large, is Ernest Dakun Akori. Now, the special prosecutor Kissie Jabeng has said that in the Akufo-Addo administration, the OSP was powerless because Ken Ofori-Atta's cousin, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, was president. I have observed some misinformation concerning some of the topical issues and want to put out facts to guide the public discourse. Some of these are facts that are known to me because I led the SML investigation and petitioned the OSP after our investigation. As an investigative journalist, I have also actively sought some of the information to help us have meaningful conversations. In the first of this series, I will address the issue of whether or not any attempt has been made to stop Ken Ofori-Atta or to put him on the stop list. And of course, Ernest Akori from leaving Ghana, or arrest them should they attempt to sneak in. Woo! This is big. So Manasseh continues. What does he say? I have run checks with my sources in security services in the past and current administrations. Listen attentively. Specifically, the Ghana Immigration Service, the National Security and the National Intelligence Bureau, that's the NIB, formerly BNI. I have also cross-checked with my sources at the OSP, and here are the facts I gathered. Number one, the stop list. If the state wants to stop a person of interest or suspect from leaving Ghana, that person is put on the stop list. The institution wanting to stop the person, according to my sources, often writes to the National Security Secretariat. The National Security Secretariat will then write to the Ghana Immigration Service and the National Intelligence Bureau, formerly BNI. Even when the NIB knows that the Immigration Service has been written to or copied, it still officially writes to the Immigration Service. Sometimes the institution seeking to stop order, seeking the stop order, writes to the Immigration Service directly. If the suspect or person of interest attempts to leave the country or arrives from abroad, officers of the Ghana Immigration would stop the person and hand him or her over to the NIB until the institution that requested the stop order is called in. It's a collaborative effort. The primary contact with the wanted persons being the Ghana Immigration Service, which means the country's entry and exit points. And this is where the interest is. So, was there a stop order to prevent Ken Ofori-Atta and Ernest Akori from leaving the country? 4. In the previous administration, the OSP did not request that any of the security agencies or the Immigration Service put Ken Ofori-Atta and Ernest Akori on the stop list. Did you hear that? 2. The OSP has confirmed this and explained that he didn't trust that the institutions will cooperate with such a request. Dash it away. It's a lengthy write-up. What Manasseh is seeking to tell us is that the OSP is lying. That Kissie Jabing is a liar. In fact, Manasseh and Kissie Jabing's OSP have been working hand in hand. Every time they give him credit for whatever credit he deserves. Today, Manasseh came out to say, don't trust the OSP. It's a hub of lies. No more a crime scene. It's a hub of lies. My brother, my sister. So when Kissie Jabin was telling us that he ran to the institutions and he didn't get help, he was lying to us, according to Manasseh. You remember when Martin Pebu came out and told us point blank from the words of Kissie Jabin himself that he sat down and watched helplessly as Ken Ofori-Atta walked out of the corridors of this nation because his uncle or cousin or whatever was in power. And therefore, all the institutions he contacted did not cooperate. My brother, and Martin Pebu said, did you talk to the people of Ghana? You could have just spoken via a press conference that, hey, something is happening. And I'm talking to these institutions, they are not cooperating. No, you didn't do it because you wanted to keep your job. And the millions coming into your outfit. Such a coward. Such a fashionista coward. Such a coward. My brother, watch this. Now, according to Manasseh, there was no stop list attempt at all. Kissie did not go to the national security to say, hey, I want a stop list on this guy. I want to put a stop list on this guy. I want to put this guy on the stop list. He didn't do it. How do you expect the institutions to stop the guy when you did not put the guy on the stop list? How about Dako Akori? He has an American passport. 10 years validity. He's flown out of the country. In other words, he's American. Ghanaian, but wearing an American skin. He is in there. When are the Americans going to release him? Now we are told that Ken Ofori-Atta himself, his own son, is filing for him or has filed for him to get permanent residence in the US. And when you read on, Manasseh says that Ken Ofori-Atta has only 3 months visa validity left in the US, after which he will be considered illegal. So within 3 months, if Ken Ofori-Atta is still in the US, it's 2 things. Either he's an illegal alien flouting the laws of America, which is punishable via deportation, or he has been able to get his permanent residence. Now he has two other visas, according to Manasseh's write-up. The UK, and that is so long, all the way to 2032. Canada, long like that. So even if he decides that, listen, America, I have only 3 months here, let me just fly to Canada, which is just next door. He can go via car, by road, depending on where he lives in America. If it's New York, he goes through Buffalo. We say Buffalo, and boom, he gets into Ontario, and he's gone. Again, my brother, my sister, he could decide to go into England. Manasseh is very angry with the office of the special prosecutor. And he's inadvertently telling them that, you know what? You guys are fraudsters. You have told Ghanaians lies when you never put this man on the stop list. Come here! Now the office of the special prosecutor has responded. And look at the arrogant words the office put out. So arrogant. And you want to wonder, these guys, who do they think they are? Who do they think they are? Put it out. Watch this. Response to inaccurate and misleading claims by Manasseh. And look, it starts by saying, Chief, stop pretending you understand the work of the OSP better than the OSP itself. The facts you have put out regarding when they left the country only confirm what the OSP has consistently stated. They traveled while Nana Addo was present, and it would have been pointless to attempt stopping Ken Ofori-Atta when the presidency had already granted him clearance to travel based on medical grounds. Now, the special prosecutor never said he wrote to the security chiefs at the time to stop him. He said it was pointless because his cousin, the president, had already cleared him to travel. And he had also written to the incoming chief of staff, stating that anytime he was needed, they would invite him and he would return. In any case, the heads of institutions at the time had refused to cooperate with the OSP on several occasions. So who are the heads of the institutions? Which are the institutions you are talking about? That is the question we are asking. It continues. Your argument about the travel stop list is immaterial. The matter involves an extradition process which is fundamentally different from the routine stop list mechanism. We are working to bring them back. You are speaking as though the issue is about preventing them from leaving. Trust the OSP when it says that Ken Ofori-Atta and NS Akore will not be able to sneak into Ghana under any circumstance. They are under constant watch, and if they attempt re-entry, law enforcement would intercept them. It is the OSP's investigations that established Ken Ofori-Atta as the key actor in the SML matter and identified NS Akore as his facilitator. And listen to this part. In fact, Akore's role was uncovered much later. At the time he traveled, he was not even a person of interest. We know precisely how many times Ken Ofori-Atta had traveled out of the United States and back, on which airline and on which dates. Other state agencies are also investigating him, yet none has placed him on the stop list. If you believe that is the appropriate mechanism, you should ask why they have not done so. Let's be clear. During the previous administration, it was the heads of certain institutions who were accused of non-cooperation, not the institutions themselves. Those individuals are no longer in office. Let me repeat. Your petition, which we are grateful for, and this is important, stated that the perpetrators intended to grant SML about $100 million, American dollars, over 5 years. However, the OSP's investigations revealed that the actual intended amount exceeded 2.7 billion American dollars. The OSP has done a solid job so far and has already placed the suspects before the court. Our focus now is on prosecution while simultaneously working with the Attorney General, the Central Authority on Extradition. This is our priority, Chief. Let me add this: the OSP does not suffer from mistrust. The state suffers when misinformation is circulated. Manasseh, remember, you will be one of the witnesses in this case. Please govern yourself accordingly. Woo! This sounds like a warning. This sounds like a warning. Or else you'll be invited to the office of the special prosecutor and you are entitled to only one lawyer. If you bring more than one lawyer, you will sit in the bask in the African sun until you dry up like okra at Tongo market, or better still, Bongo market. My brother, look at the response. Couldn't this write-up have been a little bit more humble? But it attacks. That's what I'm seeing. Chief, don't show us our work. We know our work. Leave us alone. To put somebody on the stop list is not the only thing. We are telling you that if he comes into this country, we'll see him. If he passes here, we'll see him. But you sat down and watched him go. You didn't see him. Oh, because his uncle was in power, we couldn't do anything. Did you attempt a stop list? No. But you've come out to tell us that the authorities were not cooperating with you. Did you approach them? Then this arrogant response to Manasseh's queries. I am interested in what Manasseh is saying. Did you put him on the stop list or not? What attempts did you make at stopping him from going away? Oh, we knew it was pointless. After we contacted some heads of institutions and they didn't cooperate. For that matter, we sat back helplessly and watched him leave. Now you are struggling to bring him back. And trying to say that Manasseh said 100 million when the thing was 2.7. Manasseh did his investigation at a certain point. At the time, that was what was available to him. You have gone into it. You have built on what he has done. You didn't start the investigation. He went into it and brought you the cooked material. All you needed to do was to add some spices into the thing. Give him some credit. Trying to make it look like he didn't do a good job. 100 million, but it's 2.7 billion. It's easy to throw away words like that. Let's see the action done. Let's recover all whatever it was. Let's be able to go into it and be able to save this nation and win it from all these dirty criminals lurking around us. Is the Black Pot, aka Kokoshonemo, where we sleep truth to power. Yes, we speak truth to power. Come here. When we return, we shall take your messages and we'll be done for the day. Hey ya! Hey yo! Wayo!
Black Pot. Kokusho, man.
It's the Black Pot, aka Kokoshonemo. And here we speak truth to power. If you have not as yet subscribed to this channel yet, remember this is the headquarters of the truth. This is the Black Pot, aka Kokoshonemo, where we speak truth to power. Subscribe to the channel, hit on the notification button, and anytime we are on, you'll be reminded to watch us. Yes. And again, share the broadcast, please, and recommend us to family and friends. Walk with me. Come here. Okay, let's see your comments. Send your comments via Facebook. They can also come via YouTube. Benazu says it's time. Bliss Abound says welcome Black. Time for some truth. Razigi says greetings my lord. Preachan. Ivy Lee says greetings from the Big Apple. Hi family. How are you doing, Ivy Lee? And how's New York? Okay. Sean Street Storm says, why Black? How are you today? It was nice being at the Apalalu Park. Our country or nothing. God bless. Yes, we're at Nima, on Friday. It was a beautiful setting, performing for the people. And the next day we're at Fadama. On Friday, we are going to Ashaiman, and Saturday we'll be at Kaswa. Dagbe Adam says, greetings from Ho. Ibra Kadabra says, Salam alaikum. Lachu Wisdom says, I don't know how to describe you. Yaya Kasambata Said. Yaya Kasambata Said says more fire. Abdulaziz Rahim Ukpeju says, good evening, Black Rasta. Don Negro says, more fire. Rastafari. Okay? More comments. And this is Kamla who says, Black Rasta, always the best. Yes. Abubakar K. J. Osman says, welcome to all the Blackpot family to today's sweet meal being cooked for us by the only Black Rasta. We love you, Black. Isaka says, I am doing the monitoring. I love you, senior. TCJJ, the Nkrumah says, aka Kukushodamo. King D says, hi, Ivy. Aliu Sisi says, Black Fire. Okay. More comments coming in. The Ghanaian face that says, the Blackpot Kukushodamo. Black Rasta, you are a champion. And this is from Ghanaian face set. Theophilus Gold says, good evening, Black. I can't wait to taste this sumptuous meal. Come here. Farouk Dyke says, respect, Black, truth to power, blessing. Ivy Lee says, King D. Josephine Robert says, please, Black Rasta, remember our old people who like to watch, but don't understand English. I hear you. Okay? Old people want to watch, some of them having been to school, and they might not understand the English language well. I don't know what to do. I honestly don't know. But we'll see. St. Paul says, Blackpot, always the truth. Paglia Ima says, truth to power. Frank Abhi Kumado says, this is the Blackpot. This is where we speak truth to power. More fire. Naziru Sando says, more fire, my boss. Nandi Colin says, good evening and welcome, Black Rasta. He says he's seated. King D says, Black, good evening. Some of us are going to be missing the Blackpot because time is beating us due to where we are. To watch you live, someone has to wait until the next day. Oh my God. Anyway, welcome. King D, I must tell you that I appreciate you sitting and waiting for this. That means that you truly want to see the nation change. And you see the efforts all of us are putting in as a family. I give you a salute of patriotism. Thank you. More comments coming in, okay? We have more comments. You can send them via YouTube. They can also come in via Facebook comments, okay? Osei Prempe II says, Black, we are demonstrating against the OSP tomorrow. We will be meeting at Obra Sport at Kwame Nkrumah Circle to march to the OSP. Okay, what time is it? Unfortunately, he didn't mention. I think I know about this demonstration. Benazu is saying that, tell me more. Eric Baron is laughing. Idi Abdallah Bonye says, good evening, Black. Watching you live from Jema constituency. I believe this is a pillar of perfection. You have been consistent in bringing to us unbiased content of truth through time. Never neutral. Truth leads. Wayoy, more fire. I think he wanted to say unbiased, but the on left from what he said. Okay? Alaji Ibn Yurubu Shal Savulugu says, good evening, Black Rasta, watching you live. Wayoy. Greet Dr. Abu Kari Wumbe, Director of Water, Resource and Sanitation. And then Ghanaian Faces said, Black Rasta is very clear that this man is not a matured man of God. I like him, but I don't believe in his calling. I followed him for some time, but I saw him to be an infant in the spirit. Well, I like him. I like the way he preaches and the way he does his things, but I don't agree with him on this. Ransford Asumai said, good presentation, sir. Godfred Praise says, good point. Samuel Loveland Kekeli says, you just schooled the old man. Kwe, me no care. Have me too. Okay, more comments coming in. Jane Tiffany, how are you doing? Conscious Agbemenu also says, greetings, Black Rasta. Amu of fire. This is one very serious Kuchoko soldier. I salute you, the salute of patriotism. Ivy says, they couldn't counsel their child, I guess. Conscious Agbemenu also says, share. Please share. Alajibun Yurubu Shal Savoligu says, Professor Black, you are the best. No size. Keep the fire burning. May God bless our homeland Ghana and make our nation great and strong. Bold to defend forever the cause of freedom and of rights. Fill our hearts with true humility. Oh, God have mercy. Pat Awa says, hello, Black Rasta. Hi, Pat. And Danny Fletcher says, the numbers are blazing all over. The truth is found here only. Oh, yes. In fact, this is the go-to place for the truth. It's taking us some time, but we are here. The whole world is coming to us for the truth. Just last week, the Interpol gave us a plaque of truth. Interpol. A plaque of truth. Because of you. Because they fear to even approach us with bribe. They can't. They fear. Anyway, Ivy says, armed robbers calling themselves men of God. Godfred Praise says, I want to marry her. Well, I think you'll be a good guy. Just contact the family. Go to Royal House Chapel and ask of the Apostle General. And then tell him what you want to do. You go through counseling. I believe that this will work. Hallelujah. King D says, they announced the marriage. But when it falls apart, they want to hide it. Black Rasta, you are right. Alaji Hussein Awal says, good evening, Black Rasta. Okay? Alaji Hussein is so happy and is smiling. Godfred Praise says, I might get the check when I marry her. Florence Youngson says, Black Rasta, good job. And Jane Tiffany, Mami Sewa Akofo says, faith check, Papa B. Kwamina Boateng Jr. says, what for? Ivy says, do us a favor and release the info. Don't worry, man. I mean, let's respect what Na Dromo told us. I hear the correct pronunciation of the name is Na Dromo. Na Dromo. You know? So we will wait for her, right? Abubakar J. Osman says, Black, any weapon fashioned against you shall never prosper. But indeed, you shall live long to continue to inspire us, the youth, and the whole Ghanaian public. God bless you. King D is laughing. Jane Tiffany, Mami Sewa Akoful says, GRA still could have collect the faith tax law. Yeah, faith tax. At least they could have written a faith check for GRA. Write a faith check and say, well, we give you a faith check of maybe 2% gift tax. Take it. Conscious Agbemenu also says, Black Rasta is too deep, man. Let's clap for him. Solid journalist. Respect. Conscious Agbemenu also. And then Raskaba says, Assalamu alaikum, family. I hope you are all doing good, inshallah. And Kwesi Memphis says, Blackport. Dilari says, come here, my youth. And we are here. Okay, Kelly Black says, my boss, Black Rasta, you have made me restless, just scrolling. Good evening. You are welcome. I am sorry, my brother. Over the weekend, many were those sending messages. Well, you don't come on weekend. You don't come on weekend. I love the way the family is enjoying the food. Remember, our country or nothing. Notre pays ou rien. Rap Thunder says, welcome, legendary Black. Now, bong. Black Pyramid says, a wedding ring without emotional maturity is just a shiny loop of chaos waiting to happen in the future. I like that. Raskaba says, the black pot with Black Rasta, move of fire. Usman Issa says, Assalamu alaikum, Black. I hope you are doing well. Thank you, Black, for the good job done. May Almighty God be with you always. Anwar Sadat Larry says, Assalamu alaikum, Black Rasta. Kuku show them all. All right. It's interesting, isn't it? All right, so we're going to take, last two and we'll be done. Kelly Black says, Black Rasta, can you reschedule the time to 7:30 sharp because your time isn't stable? I know that. We're still working on the time, my brother. We're going to move. We are moving in January. And when we move, that will be our home. When we move in January. Now we are a little unstable. Please bear with us. Please bear with us. We'll try to start at 6. Sometimes we do, a lot of the times. Sometimes too. Especially when we have investigation results that are just coming. It's better to come with you with properly cooked food than half-baked bread. I apologize again, man. Kelly Black says, as a layman, is it possible to see Iyoko boss? Yes! You just call Iyoko, their numbers are there, and say that you want to meet with the boss and give your reasons, or go there and make an appointment. I'm sure the boss will see you. Why not? You are there, you are the employer. You are the one employing him. And all those there. You know that, right? Rap Thunder says, legendary. I always watched your past programs in the weeks at 6 p.m. just to keep in contact with you for the weekend. I am always ready to listen to you and learn when it's Monday. May Allah protect you. Thank you so much, Rap Thunder. And he says, even at 12 a.m., I'm going to wait for you, legendary. Salute. Yao Adobo says, good evening, my professor. Move fire. Bori Issa says, Black Rasta is a legend. I can't ignore to cash cow. Legend. I can't ignore to listen to the show. These pastors are using the church as a cash cow. Legend. Salute. Well, not all of them. A lot of pastors, even Reverend KORANKYE ANKRAH is a level-headed man. I respect him. I just don't agree with this thing that he said. And what Sadat Larry says, Black Rasta, I miss you. And I think that what the pastor even said brought more attention to his daughter's misery, whatever it is. He should have just let it go. After all, I don't want to say the other part. And what Sadat Larry says, Black Rasta, I miss you and I miss you too. Tewia Seth says, Prophet Adumche Dia said all the money from the poor congregants are with the pastors. A lot of them. And what Sadat Larry says, every day when it's 8 o'clock, I would always make sure I am on. But Black Pot Media makes it. It's 6 o'clock, not 8 o'clock. Okay. Thank you so much. We appreciate you and we love you. All right. Oh, last one. All right. So, Emmanuel Shark Sackles, right? Says very correct. One boy says, good evening, my professor. Welcome back to another exciting week. God bless you and keep speaking truth to power. Abubakar Usmanu says, Black, with due respect, no matter what you haven't been emotionally intelligent on this marital issue. What would say if he had willed all his property to her? Please stop conjecturing. I don't get it. The grammar is a little shaky. But the point I'm making is that you are saying that I haven't been emotionally intelligent with this issue. So, in your opinion, we should have just let it go, right? Nobody should talk about it. Just forget about it. Okay. So when we come with part 2, you see, I love it when people come at me like this. Like Rashida did, and we brought it, boof. December 1, 2, boof. That you see whether we've been emotionally intelligent or emotionally stupid. Oh, my brother. Look, I love humanity. Even animals, I love them. That's why I don't eat animals. I can't bring myself to seeing an animal killed and I'm going to sit there and that be that. So, my brother, Thank you for your message. We love you. Wait for part 2. Abner says, best counseling and their daughter's marriage collapsed less than a year. Religion in Ghana is business. And Wasarat Larry says, you are right, Black Rasta. Abubakar Osman said, please, Black. What then would you say when the doctor's wife or child dies? Of course it happens. If a building falls on the doctor and the child dies, it's not the doctor's fault. We didn't say because he's a pastor, so his daughter's marriage shouldn't fail. No, that's not what we said. When we mentioned some of the reasons, including that guy at the National Security, it didn't have to do with the pastor. So, no, don't say things I didn't say. I'm saying that there was a faith check. And we didn't know it was a faith check until GRA came chasing for our taxes. You wait until the good people of Ghana are coming for their taxes and say, oh, it's a faith check. And you say I shouldn't be interested in it. Also, Kwame, 2 times, says a major key to developing our country is for the government to tax churches. It is the biggest business in Ghana, and there's no sense in not taxing them. Jose Kofi says the picture looks like Kobna Edubwahin. Profile picture. You can't trick me. You person who trick me. In Kumasi, there was some shoe we used to buy, Matrico. You know, you go, see where you turn it, you see made in Italy. Hey, I remember I bought that shoe one time. Hey, Michelle, Monday morning to go and flex, still I'm at the secondary school. I didn't even reach the dining hall now. And I see asking for water. Hey! When I raised my leg to look at the shoe, some 2 guys say, Matrico! I'll never forget. May God punish those guys at KJTia, Kumasi KJTia, who sold me that thing. Student. From one student, he sold me that useless thing. Any which way. Story number 3. And we are done for the day. Watch this, my youth. Lawyer Sorry reveals more dirty skeletons in CJ TORKONOO'S cupboard. Lawyer Thaddeus Sorry is a renowned lawyer. Many people know him in Ghana. He's one of the go-to lawyers in the whole of the country. This is the man. He comes all the way from the upper west region of Ghana. He's a smart lawyer. In fact, lawyers call him Prof. He's the professor of lawyers. This man here, you see all the books behind him, he has read all of them. Some of them he even wrote. When lawyers want to go to court in Ghana, they contact him to do the research for them. That's why they call him Prof. He also lectures at the law school, and when he speaks, it carries weight. One time, he was the lawyer of the GFA, Ghana Football Association, under Kwesi Nyantechi, who also is from the Upper West region. This is Lawyer Thaddeus Sorry, Prof. In fact, he is a battlefield legal litigant extraordinaire. That is him. He was the one who engineered the removal of CJ Gertrude Esaba Torkono. This woman. In fact, there was one time they met in court at a certain sitting, and there was give and take, so embarrassing. So when a client came over to Thaddeus Sorry and said, you know what, I want to petition the authorities to remove this woman, as if Thaddeus Sorry had already been waiting for that. He said, come, I'll guide you. Pa. Then they were able to get another lawyer on board. Who was this lawyer they got on board? Chachu Chikata. He himself, a legal luminary. They joined hands and boom, the matter was going to and fro, like joke, like we say in Ghana. Bam! Torkono was kicked out for abuse of office, misuse of public funds, and what have you. She was kicked out to the glory and cheers of the nation. She went out. Right now, there is a new Chief Justice. Chief Justice Paul Bafuboni, who we spoke about last week. Now, Thaddeus Sorry granted an interview to my very good uncle, brother, and friend, Kwesi Sintim Misa, aka KSM. And in this interview, he has opened another cupboard in the home of CJ Torkono, former CJ. And the skeletons in there are not only rotten and smelling, but dirty. What did he say? He said something that every Ghanaian is talking about right now. And before I came into the studio, I had a lengthy conversation with him, and he gave me more information. But in the interim, listen to what he told Kwesi Sintim Misa, aka KSM. And there's an MP who has been fingered in this, and his name is Afenyo Markin. Watch this, my youth.
Apart from the disrespect to the nominee, it even went further to affect another justice, the most senior justice of the day, Justice Puamang, who was the chairman of the committee that recommended that the Chief Justice be removed. To some extent, I would blame Justice Puamang, because as I have said, I think I've said here or somewhere, that his own report is the problem. The minority leader was one of the reasons why I petitioned, or my client petitioned for the removal of the Chief Justice. There was a huge count which mentioned his name and mentioned the acts that formed the basis of our petition. What was this count? We said he had set a precedent, in fact a record in the court, by being the only party or being the only person who within 2 hours was able to get a full panel of the Supreme Court, presided over by the erstwhile Chief Justice, to give him orders that by the scope of the application before the court, no court in the world in the common law jurisdiction will give him. Now, in the course of all of those proceedings and after, people who knew the two of them spoke to me and they said, don't you understand? That is his sister. The removed Chief Justice is his sister. When
sister in terms of
Ghana, really? They come from the same place.
Okay.
1, 2, when her father died, the minority leader hosted her visitors, and people who were there called me. So in some of if I had attended the next proceedings, the next person against whom I was going to raise that objection was the Chief Justice. I said, you know, all of these arguments we are having back and forth, and you are literally descending into the arena of conflict, is because somebody that you are close to is the plaintiff in this particular matter. Who was the plaintiff? It is Afenyo Markin. 2, there is now information coming out that there are services being rendered in the judicial service which are linked to Afenyo Markin. He's rendering those services and getting commercial profits from them, and huge ones. And so at this point in time, when Afenyo Markin is making it look like, okay, there's a national public interest aspect of all of this nomination process, and there's some dispute and all of that, it has nothing to do with a minority position. He sold it out to his colleagues to believe that, well, we all have to take a collective position against this, but it is a personal interest. And so the facts that we have show that you have an interest in her being there, and so he's crying louder than every other person because he has an interest in the woman being there. I think they should look at this whole idea of prior approval. That the Constitution didn't say vetting; it said prior approval of Parliament. There ought to be another way of, when they look at your CV.
Lawyer Thaddeus Sorry, the battle horse legal litigant. That's him. Now, what Thaddeus Sorry is saying is very clear. Whilst CJ Gertrude Torkono was in power as the CJ, Chief Justice, Afenyo Markin was benefiting. That is why he's crying the loudest right now, probably. Some services in the judicial service, according to SORY, benefit him directly. Commercial benefit, money. Some services. Because of Gertrude Esaba Torkonoo. They are related. In his own words, he said, my sister or his sister. They come from the same place in Gomwa. And when she was bereaved, it was Afenyo Markin who organized the funeral party on her behalf. So they have a close bond which goes beyond just friendship, but family. And you remember when that case came out about MPs crossing carpets. Some MPs wanted to cross carpets and then become independent candidates and blah, blah, blah in the next elections and all that. Remember when we had that so-called hang parliament? If that was going to be allowed, the NPP was going to lose majority and the NDC all of a sudden would have become the new majority in parliament. So he ran to the court. Something which normally would have taken about 10 days to gather all the Supreme Court panel members. It took just 2 hours. When CJ Torkonoo was there, did she have a special interest in this? Was it because it was Afenyo Markin? Then boom, they sat on it with unprecedented speed. And what was the judgment? In favor of Afenyo Markin. And the NPP remained the majority in the so-called hang parliament. Do we remember? This is what Lawyer Tadio Sorry is talking about. So Afenyo Markin is now crying loud. And he even let his minority members out of parliament because a new chief justice was going to be sworn in. Better still, was going to be vetted and blah, blah, blah. And for that matter, Torkonoo was going to lose it. They don't think about the nation anymore. They are thinking about their personal benefits, their whims and caprices. Lawyer Tadio Sorry has spoken. These allegations are deep. The judicial services. What kind of services are rendered there that benefit Afenyo Markin commercially? Can we investigate that? Can our nation get a little bit more serious and investigate some of these things? At least that can be investigated. This is the Black Pot, aka Kuku Shodemo, where we speak truth to power. And CJ Torkonoo has been relegated to the background, maybe in the cupboard of dirty skeletons, while CJ Paul Bafuboni rise to the throne. May Ghana prosper. Is the Black Pot, aka Kuku Shodemo. And here we speak truth to power. Okay? Let's take your final comments. And we are done for the day. Okay? All right. So Conscious Agbemenu also says, respect my brother. Hamid Sule says, salam alaikum. Watching you live from Afienya, Jerusalem. Black Rasta more fire. Samuel Lopland Kekeli says, Ghanaians are born CIDs. Ahmed Tijani Suleiman says, thank you, Black Rasta. Eric Baron is laughing. Rashid says, you. Hunais C. Adams says, fire. Yeah. Okay? More comments coming in. All right? And send them via YouTube. You can also send them via Facebook. And King D says, Black, is the lady cheated? Black, is the lady cheated? I want to know. So I put my marriage aside. Because Eric Barron says, we are really interested in this story. Muhammad Mutawakil says, why Black Rasta is always right? Because he edited all his program before posting. Do we? No, we just, when we go live and we finish, we put it out. We work hard. We follow the facts and we come out. Where we are wrong, we are happy to apologize and pay compensation if we can. Yes. Emmanuel Atu says, you are too much, Black Rasta, more fire. Rennie Elizabeth says, this one, dear, I agree with you. Okay, Rennie. I like it when beautiful ladies agree with me. Kamshina Zaid says, Black Rasta, I'm watching you from Amasamai. More fire. Okay. Kamshina, I wasn't expecting you to be in Amasamai. Because that name Kamshina, I was expecting you to say you were in India. Chini, yani. Don't mind me, man. Kata John Kwashi says, lack of knowledge, my people perish. There is a difference between a counselor and a marriage couple. So you don't associate them to the failure. These persons, well, leave them alone. Well, we hear you. We hear you. I think we've gone past this. Yeah, we've gone past this. That's not the argument. We are not saying that they are responsible for that. No, we've given so many possible answers. Conscious Agbe Menu also says, today's fire is burning more than hell. Are you ready for more? Then please share the live. Fairly Brain Wisdom says, I didn't expect Reverend to bring this up in church. Sunday worship. Hallelujah. He's brought more pressure on the daughter. I don't think this was necessary. A pastor giving his daughter a $1 million American check and seeing nothing wrong with it. And trusting Christians just sitting quietly while their hard-earned money is given to one person. Religion has really clouded the judgment of many. Okay. Guardian Facer said, I'm very interested in this field marriage issue because these so-called pastors have destroyed so many homes in the name of counseling. William Azilaku says, Black Rasta, I can't afford to miss your show. I believe you had a good weekend. Ben Azu says, keep the black pot burning. Hyde Rasta says, Kuchoko. Boss, keep the good work. Felix Yabua or Heming says SML has an open mouth use in swallowing the taxpayers' money. Greedy bastards. Okay? And we are doing an investigation around the SML ourselves. So we'll see. Ghanaian Facer says, I'm very interested in this field marriage. Okay, we looked at this and then I think we've read this. Yes. And then, well, the last one, Shaibu Abdallah says, I like Black Rasta narratives of events. Well, narration of events. No problem. Thank you. Anwar Sadat Larry says, feed us with the food in the black pot. Black Empire Media, we are hungry. Johnson Levi says, Black says it as it is. He's not biased. Everyone can attest to that. And what Larry says, it's like some people don't know what is private. And Black Rasta, okay. Ofori says, yo, Black, I miss you. Yo, Black, I miss you. And then Latte Obed says, good evening to you, Black Rasta. I hope you're doing well by the grace of God. I really miss you during the weekends. I am really happy to see you one more time. Florence says, blessings, Rasta. Watching you from Tokyo. And then Glory Kujo Zramedo says, good evening, Black Rasta. Keep seeking the truth to inform and educate us. May Mausobo Lisa, that's God Almighty, protect and bless you. Mega Winnerman says, Ni Ankra was my classmate at Accra High School in 1980. Oh, wow. So you see, mates of Reverend Sam KORANKYE ANKRAH are watching this show. They love it. They see the truth. So we didn't lie to you. He went to school at Accra High. From there he went to St. John's Grammar and then to the University of Ghana, then to Netherlands. In 1991 he came back home and then he started what he had started already. Okay? Thank you so much, Mega Winnerman, for talking to us. We appreciate you. Sweet Papito says, Amara Barasta Sabel, speak truth to power. Hey, come here! Woyoy! You think say you dey wise. Hi, Rasta says, Kuchoko boss, keep the good work. Felix Yabua or Heming says, SML has an open mouth in swallowing a tax money. Okay? And then, Ose Prempe II says, when Jakpa chased Keruforiata, everyone, including Pebu, criticized his move. Well, maybe the way it was done. Maybe. Tom Paul says, good evening, my brother Black. I hope all is well with you by grace. Stephen the Last Dell says, Ken issued tears like a Kumawood movie. Chewa part 1 and 2. Theophilus Gold says, Black Kiseja Bing must be arrested. He must produce the fugitives immediately. What an impunity. All right? What impunity. All right? Or say, Prempeh II said the OSP is who is working for his boss, Gabi Asare Ochodaku, to cut deals. GH Boy Francis says, we should blame the NDC people. Kamshina Zaid say Black Rasta more fires. I like that. Or say Prempeh II says the errand boy Samida Akon with a big mouth won't is here to do concert, right? JM must stop using our taxpayers' money to pay those guys, those idiots to squander the money. Okay? We hear you. We hear you. We hear you. And then who is this? Tompo says people are playing games with our mind. Haha. That's why I've stopped worrying myself about political issues. Abdulaziz Rahim Ukpejo says, good evening, Black Rasta. Kamal Deni Moro says the OSP has a West PR service in Ghana currently. AIHD says OSP is a mother snake. Wow, mother cobra. Ose Prempeh II says JM must sack these idiots from the OSP's office to save us this nonsense. Fairly Brain Wisdom says the only person with 15 different petitions for his removal is a testament to the fact that he needs to be removed from the office. Okay? Ghanaian Facer said the OSP must go, please. Ame Nouveau. Richard says Blackpot all the way. King Faisal says this Kenuforiata issue is taking us too much. The OSP should fast track things to bring this man back. Nyonyo, nyonyo, nyonyo. Kwaku Kalenu says, Black, when it comes to corruption, we pretend to fight it. Ghanaians don't have values again. We hail corrupt people because of money. We have lost it. George, a doctor, says, Black Rasta, you are unmatchable. Thank you. Felix Yabua Oiming says, Black Rasta is time ODP. I'm sure he's trying to say OSP. Tells us which security service we called on, with which letter and which individuals. We want to know. Yeah. They can be charged for negligence of duty. Yes, time to act. Real Dash says, I love the flow, Black. Manasseh is making us proud all the way from Bolgatanga. Edmond Mus says the OSP must be sacked. Or Maiba Nananyan Sahini Angwa says, good evening, Black. Watching you live from Ikuapim Mampong. I am late for tonight's program. I hope to catch you live. Okay? Blessed. Shadrach Money says, Black Empire, more fire. Eric Baron says, bro, you are doing a good job. Victor Mensa says, Black, God bless you. God bless you. I just love watching you. Edmond Moose says OSP should be investigated. Victor Mensa says more fire. Kamshina Zaid says Black Rasta, more fire. Social media for the youth of God. Or my GYP or my Black Rasta. Corrupt. That's what he said. Okay? He says our country, Black Rasta, is very corrupt. That's what he's saying. Well, my name is Black Rasta. I want to say thank you. I appreciate it. I love you. And we apologize one more time for the late start of the show. Once in a while it happens because we are still trying to move around and, serve you better. We do apologize and we love you and appreciate you. Please, before you go, if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please do that and hit on the notification button. Finally, recommend us to others. The headquarters of the truth. Hey, see you again tomorrow at 6 p.m. Wayo! My name Black Rasta. Wayo!